Hi, it's Melissa, and welcome to the weekly challenge. This is the second week of the Chinese Meridian Challenge, and I just want to thank Fiona so much for putting this together. I know I enjoyed it last week just as much as you did. I think I did 5 of the 7 classes last week, and I really enjoyed the intention behind last week, which was letting go of having to figure it all out. And I know that is the larger intention behind the weekly challenges in and of themselves. And so just being able to get up in the morning and not having to figure it out and not having to worry about my yoga and knowing that everything's chosen for me and that if I do the practices that I will be finding balance and harmony in my body, that was just perfect for me last week. So thank you, Fiona, for doing all the legwork for us. We really appreciate it. So this is the second week of a 2-week challenge. If you missed or didn't join in last week and are interested in joining in this week, then you can watch last week's weekly challenge video and have a quick read of the brief notes from last week's video. This way you'll have an idea of what the meridians are and why you would be interested in them in yoga. This week we're going to look at the remaining 4 of the 12 meridians. They are the liver, lung, large intestine, and stomach. And I'm excited about this because those are the ones that my Chinese medicine doctor is often talking to me about. So like last week, we will be looking at one association with each meridian, and these will be anger, grief, mental and or physical constipation and anxiety. So Fiona is going to show us how you can use the meridians to help with fatigue, waking up in the middle of the night, or other such occurrences that you notice that happen at the same time every night. For each meridian, there's a peak time of day that lasts for 2 hours, and this helps to create a rhythm in our bodies. So there'll be certain times of day when certain symptoms or feelings occur, and this is different for everybody. So for example, you might notice there's a certain time of day when you become more sluggish, or if you're worrying or find yourself angry or hard to make decisions, or wake up in the night and it's always the same time of day when you notice it happens. If any of this applies to you, it could be due to a meridian that's active at that time of day or drained or blocked, and yoga can help with that. If you can figure out which meridian you need to work on, then you can do poses that bring balance to that meridian and get your energy flowing again. This can help you manage and deal with physical and psychological imbalances by bringing harmony back into your body and mind. So we're going to include a PDF of a meridian wheel of a clock, and this is a quick way of referring to meridians and the time of day each one is most active. So Fiona says she knows she gets tired every day about 12:30 and 1 in the afternoon. And if you look at the meridian wheel or the clock, you'll see that actually crosses over an active time for 2 meridians. The heart meridian at 11 to 1 p.m. and the small intestine at 1 to 3 p.m. So Fiona has been doing classes that relate to those 2 meridians, and it's been helping her get her energy flowing again. So on Friday, Fiona is going to ask you to work out which meridian class you want to work with. We're going to look at whether there's a time of day when something always happens that you want to work with, and you'll need to work out what time of day or night and look at the meridian wheel and see which meridian is active at that time. Then you can choose the class from this week's or last week's challenge for the meridian that you're going to work with. You could also go to the playlist for the meridians and find which meridian you want to work with and choose the class from those that are listed. So Fiona has put a link to the playlist on Fridays as part of the challenge. The great thing is you don't have to just practice the class at the meridian's most active time. Whatever time of day you practice it, it will still work on that meridian. But it does enhance it more if you practice it at its peak time. But we know that it's not always possible if you work at that time. The liver's at its peak time is between 1 and 3 a.m. So of course you probably don't want to be waking yourself up. But if you do have liver imbalance, you might already be awake then. And so you may just figure out a yoga pose that you want to do at that time. Lastly, on the weekend, to finish our 2-week challenge, we'll be doing 2 longer classes that work with 4 or 5 of the meridians in each class. So we really hope that you've enjoyed practicing with the meridians and seeing how they can be applied to your yoga. to create an even stronger relationship with yourself and your body. And know that each time you do your yoga practice, you are bringing balance to the meridians. So Fiona's done the legwork for you. She's helped you figure it all out. But know that you don't have to figure it all out, because every time you do your yoga, you are balancing your 12 meridians in your body. So please join us in the forum this week, and we look forward to sharing your thoughts and experiences. We had a great discussion last week, and it was great to see so many of you join in the challenge last week, and I look forward to seeing many of you again this week. Namaste. Thanks so much from both Fiona and I, and we look forward to another amazing week. Namaste.